Most Porsches don't die from age. They die because you followed bad advice. Those factory maintenance schedules built to get you past warranty, not to 500,000 miles. That's why some engines fail at 130,000 miles, while others reach 500,000 without a rebuild. In this video, I'm going to show you 17 habits to make your Porsche last over 500,000 miles without major repairs. And here's a heads up, the last ones are so surprising that you're going to wonder how no one else applies them. Let's kick things off. Habit number 17, the 5K oil rule. If you're following the factory oil change interval, you're already risking your engine. That 10,000 mile or once a year rule, it's not built for engine life, it's built for marketing. Manufacturers want their cars to look low maintenance on paper to help sales, not to protect your engine long term. Ask any seasoned Porsche mechanic and they'll tell you most engines do best with fresh oil every 5,000 to 7,500 miles, especially if you drive short trips, sit in traffic, or live where it's hot or dusty. That extended interval isn't saving you money, it's grinding your engine from the inside out. Sludge starts forming, metal on metal wear begins. You won't see it today, but wait 5 years, and that's when your timing chain, your Porsche VarioCam system, and cam phasers start falling apart. Choose high-quality synthetic engine oil for your beloved Porsche. Some Porsche models, especially high-performance and turbocharged variants, may require specialized oils. Check your manual or ask a trusted specialist. For example, older air-cooled 911 and 964 models, you want high zinc content oil to protect those flat tappet lifters. Always change the filter when you change the oil. No exceptions. Don't cheap out with the $2 oil filters. Go for OEM filters. And if your oil looks dark, don't wait. Change it now. Want to hit 500,000 miles without a rebuild? Start by ignoring the book and listening to real-world Porsche owners. And if you think oil is the only fluid they're lying about, wait until we talk transmission. Habit number 16, change transmission fluid. Here's what manufacturers don't tell you. Waiting for your transmission to slip before changing the fluid is like waiting for chest pain before cutting back on fried food. It's too late. Manufacturers call it lifetime fluid. But whose lifetime? Not your car's. That's just sales talk to make the car sound maintenance-free. Behind the scenes, that fluid is heating up, breaking down, and collecting debris with every shift. Even worse, it hides it well. The fluid still looks red, smells okay, but deep inside it's loaded with friction dust and metal shavings. It's no longer protecting your PDK dual clutch or Tiptronic transmission system, it's grinding it. Once the slipping starts, it's already too late. You're looking at potential thousands for Tiptronic repairs and 10,000 or more for PDK repairs. The fix? Drain and fill your transmission fluid every 60,000 miles. For Cayennes and Panameras, maybe 90,000, but no more. Never flush if the fluid's never been touched. Drain it and move on. And always use Porsche spec fluid, not the cheap universal stuff. Mixing in universal fluid? Big mistake. It may work short term, but long term it causes slipping, overheating, and failure. If your gear shifts feel off, don't wait. Fix the fluid because next time it might not shift at all. And if you think that's bad, wait till you hear what old coolant does to your engine block. Habit number 15, coolant clock reset. Coolant doesn't last forever. And it's not a change it when you remember kind of deal. Ignore it and your engine's next hot day might be its last. Here's what happens over time. Coolant turns acidic, not just dirty, corrosive. It eats your water pump, it rots the seals, and clogs the heater core. And the worst part, it sneaks up on you. You'll smell sweet fumes, see white smoke, even top off the reservoir, and it keeps going low. That's not a mystery. That's the early stage of a blown head gasket. One flush could have stopped it. I've seen 911 and Boxster engines destroyed over a $70 service that got pushed too far. Don't be that driver. Flush the coolant every 3 to 5 years and only use what Porsche recommends. No color mixing, no universal jugs. Red means red, blue means blue. Use the wrong one and your cooling system turns into soup. Want a trick that can lower your engine temps by up to 10 degrees on hot days? Stick around, I'll show you in a minute. But first, let's fix the habit that quietly time bombs your engine from inside. Habit number 14, timing belt deadline. If your Porsche is from an older generation from the 1990s and earlier, such as the 944 and Boxster 986 that uses a timing belt, this one's for you. Your owner's manual is playing it safe for the warranty, not for your wallet. It might say 100,000 miles or 10 years, but ask any Porsche tech and they'll tell you that's too late. By 60,000 to 80,000 miles, most timing belts are already cracking from heat, oil seepage, and tension stress, especially in older engines or ones with poor ventilation. And here's what most people don't know. Timing belts age even if you don't drive. I've seen 7-year-old belts with just 40,000 miles snap in traffic. No noise, no warning. When it breaks, your pistons and valves go to war and your engine loses. Want to avoid that $4,000 repair bill? Have your belt inspected at 60,000 miles. If it's dry, cracked, or shiny, replace it. And when you do, change the tensioner, idler pulley, and water pump at the same time. Those parts wear together, and skipping them just means you'll pay twice. If your belt sits behind an engine cover, get it checked during oil changes or major services. Don't wait for symptoms. Timing belts don't squeal, they snap. And when they do, it's game over. The next part wears just as hard, and failing to change it could undo everything you just fixed. Habit number 13, use high-quality spark plugs. Worn spark plugs kill engines. It starts with a weak spark, then comes poor combustion, misfires, and raw fuel frying your catalytic converter, especially in turbo engines or direct injection setups where carbon buildup is worse. Short trips, stop-and-go traffic, and cheap gas make it even worse. Want your car to last? Stick with top-tier plugs. NGK Iridium 9 or Laser Iridium, best for your 911, Boxster, or Cayman. Bosch Double Iridium, strong choice for Cayenne and Panamera. Even with high-quality plugs, check the lifespan and change interval as they are different. Avoid copper plugs unless your car calls for them. And never buy the bargain bin stuff. Check your plugs for signs of oil or coolant. If the tip's wet or crusted, it's not just a plug problem, it's a leak. Stay on the conservative side, and fresh plugs 5,000 to 10,000 miles comfortably before your model's recommended interval can save you thousands. Cheap out here and your engine pays the price. And if you're trying to restore lost power or smooth out your engine without tearing it apart, there's one more thing you need to clean. Habit number 12, replace the fuel filter. Your fuel filter has one job, keep dirt and debris out of the engine. But when it clogs up, it does the opposite. I've seen pulled filters packed with so much gunk it looked like coffee sludge. That grime doesn't just slow fuel flow. It kills fuel pumps, clogs injectors, and wrecks mileage. The scary part? You might not even notice until your car starts hesitating, misfiring, or stalling under load. And by then, the damage is already spreading. Most Porsches need a new fuel filter every 30,000 to 60,000 miles. But if you drive in dusty areas, tow often, or run low-quality gas sooner, always use OEM or name-brand filters. Bosch, Molly, or genuine Porsche. Cheap off-brand ones can break down from ethanol and leak fibers into the fuel system. And never trust a mechanic who says, "We blew it out, it's fine." That's lazy. Replace it. Want smooth power, clean combustion, and a fuel pump that lives past 100,000? Then change the filter on time. And speaking of fluids, most drivers forget your brake system has one that's aging faster than you think. Habit number 11, flush brake fluid every 2 to 3 years. How does brake fluid stop your car from reaching 300,000 or even 500,000 miles? Simple. If you can't stop safely, you won't be driving it that long. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. That means it absorbs water slowly, quietly, every year. After 7 to 10 years, it can soak up enough moisture to drop its boiling point by over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Fresh DOT 3 fluid boils around 401 degrees Fahrenheit, and DOT 4 hits 446 degrees. But once it absorbs moisture, that number can fall to 280 degrees or less. That's low enough to boil during heavy braking. When it boils, air bubbles form. You get a soft pedal and no stopping power. That's not just dangerous, it's a deal breaker for high mileage survival. Here's the fix. Buy a $20 brake fluid tester. Dip it in, press a button. If it reads over 3% moisture, flush the system. No guesswork, no waiting for brake failure. Flush every 2 to 3 years or 20,000 miles, whichever comes sooner. And always use the exact type your Porsche needs. DOT 3, 4, or 5.1. Next up, your differential. It's not leaking yet, but it's slowly grinding itself to death. Habit number 10, Gearbox Guardian routine. The transfer case and differential are the most forgotten parts of your Porsche and some of the most abused. The differential lets your wheels spin at different speeds and corners. The transfer case splits power between front and rear axles in all-wheel drive Cayennes, Panameras, and Macans. They both use heavy gear oil to stay cool and protected under pressure. Over time, that oil breaks down. It picks up metal shavings, turns into sludge, and starts chewing up bearings and gears. Owners have reported differentials whine for months before they lock up completely. At that point, it's game over and the bill's massive. Here's how to stay ahead. Check your owner's manual for specs and intervals. Warm the car up with a short drive. It thins the fluid. Remove the fill plug first, then the drain plug. Let it all drain out. Wipe off the magnetic tip. Refill with the exact spec gear oil. No substitutes. Fill until it just starts to drip out of the fill hole. Change it every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. If you tow, go off-road, or use all-wheel drive often. Forget this one and you'll be paying for a tow, not just a service. Next up, one tiny part that controls pressure and airflow, and quietly ruins engines when ignored. Habit number 9, replace the PCV valve. Your PCV valve controls pressure inside your engine. When it fails, pressure builds, and that's when seals start to blow and oil begins disappearing fast. Records show engines burn a quart every 1,000 miles because of this one small part. It won't trigger a warning light, you'll just keep topping off oil and wondering why. Ignore it long enough and it'll pop a gasket, and now you've got a $1,200 oil leak on your hands. Most PCV valves last around 30,000 to 50,000 miles, but check it sooner if you notice smoke, oil loss, or a rough idle. Replacing it is simple. Twist it out near the valve cover, pop in a new one, and check the hose while you're there. Cost? Around $100. One 5-minute fix can save your entire engine from choking itself. And speaking of airflow, there's one tiny sensor that controls how your engine breathes. Habit number 8, clean the mass airflow sensor. If your engine feels sluggish, idles rough, or burns more fuel than usual, the mass airflow sensor could be dirty, not broken. It's located near the air filter box and tells the engine how much air is coming in. When dirt or oil coats its wires, the readings go off and your engine misfires the fuel-air mix. Watch for these signs: hesitation, poor MPG, rough idle, hard starts, or check engine codes like P0101 or P0104. Before replacing it, try cleaning it. Remove the sensor, unplug the connector, and spray it with CRC MAF sensor cleaner. Nothing else. Never touch the wires, let it air dry completely, then reinstall. Want proof it worked? Use an OBD2 scanner to check airflow grams per second before and after. Clean it every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, or sooner if you use oiled filters. This $10 fix can bring back power, smooth out your idle, and save fuel instantly. If that just saved you a trip to the shop, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. It's cheaper than a mechanic and way less greasy. Habit number 7. Align your tires every 10,000 miles. Most manuals don't mention alignment until it's way too late. They'll tell you to wait 12,000 miles or more. Don't. By then, you've already chewed the edge off your tires. For every Porsche owner, if you rotate your tires, check the alignment too. Every 6,000 miles, every oil change, especially if you drive on rough roads or hit potholes. Look for signs: uneven tire wear, steering wheel off-center, car pulling left or right. Don't ignore them. One bad angle and your tires wear out 30% faster. Fuel economy drops, suspension takes a beating, and no, you can't fix it in your driveway. You need a rack, lasers, and a trained tech. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than 4 new tires and a new control arm at 80,000 miles. And we're just getting started because cold revving can cause more damage than most people realize. And most owner manuals fail to mention it. Habit number 6, avoid cold revving. Cold revving is one of the fastest ways to kill your engine. And no, it doesn't warm it up faster. That's a myth. When your engine is cold, oil's thick and stuck at the bottom. Revving it before oil reaches the top means metal-on-metal contact at high speed. That's how pistons wear out, bearings get scored, turbos blow seals. The right move? Start the engine, let it idle for 30 seconds max. That's all it takes for oil pressure to build. Then drive easy. Keep it under 3,000 RPM until the temp gauge starts to rise. Blue light still on? You're not warm yet. This habit matters even more if you drive a turbocharged 911 Turbo, Carrera S, or Cayenne Turbo. Cold oil and boost don't mix. Ignore this and you won't just kill performance. You'll shorten engine life by years. Next, idling. Most people think it's harmless. It's not. Let's clear that up. Habit number 5, avoid excessive idling. Leaving your engine running while parked might feel harmless, but it's slowly wearing your engine out. When your engine idles, oil pressure drops, not enough to trip a warning light, but enough to starve your top-end parts, lifters, cams, and valve seals. Over time, those soft ticks turn into hard knocks. That's $1,500 plus in repairs just for warming it up. And while you're sitting there with the AC blasting or checking techs, your engine's burning rich. That means unburnt fuel sticks to cylinder walls, washes down oil, and builds carbon inside your intake. On direct injection engines, that gunk doesn't go away. It becomes a $700 to $1,200 cleaning job later. Here's what not to do. Don't idle for 10 minutes in winter just to defrost your coffee mug. Don't run the AC for 30 minutes while parked scrolling TikTok. Don't think remote start gives you a pass to do nothing. Start the engine, wait 45 to 60 seconds, then drive gently. That warms everything up faster and better without choking your engine in its own fumes. And if you're still idling while watching this, shut it off. It's not helping. But now let's talk about cleaning something else from the inside out that could save your injectors, valves, and fuel economy in one shot. Habit number 4, bumper off radiator cleaning. Just because you can't see rust doesn't mean it's not working overtime under your car. But here's something even more hidden: your radiators. On water-cooled 911s, Boxsters, Caymans, Cayennes, and Panameras, leaves, dirt, and debris pack between the radiators and condensers behind your front bumper. You can't see it from the outside, but it's rotting your cooling fins, blocking airflow, and causing overheating and AC failures. The fix? Pull the bumper every 1 to 2 years, clean out the debris, rinse the fins, and consider adding mesh grills to prevent future buildup. This is one of the highest ROI longevity habits for water-cooled Porsches. It takes an afternoon and saves you thousands in radiator, condenser, and head gasket repairs. And while we're talking corrosion, let's pop the hood, because if you haven't looked at your battery terminals lately, there's a good chance they're already crusting over with trouble. Habit number 3, clean battery terminals. Manufacturers don't say much about battery maintenance, but ask any mechanic and they'll tell you, corrosion doesn't wait for a service schedule. It builds fast and kills slow. There are cars with good batteries that wouldn't start because of crusty terminals. That green-white fuzz blocks current, strains the alternator, and messes with sensors. Check your battery every few months, especially in hot weather or short trip driving. Look for crust, rust, or black gunk near the clamps. Cleaning it is easy. Mix baking soda and warm water, dip an old toothbrush, and scrub the terminals. Rinse with clean water, dry it off, then coat the terminals with dielectric grease or petroleum jelly to prevent future buildup. Don't wait for slow starts or flickering lights. Clean connections mean strong starts, healthy voltage, and fewer electrical gremlins. But even if your car fires up fine, it might still be trying to warn you through sounds most people ignore. Habit number 2, watch for unusual sounds. We've all done it, heard a weird squeak, click, or clunk, and turned the music up instead. But that sound? It's your car waving a red flag. Squealing when you brake could be worn pads or warped rotor, $300 to $600 if you wait. A clicking sound when you turn? That's likely a bad CV joint, $400 to $900 if it fails completely. Knocking from the engine bay? Don't guess. That could be timing trouble, lifters, or something worse. And those jobs don't come cheap. The earlier you catch a noise, the cheaper the fix. Ignore it and you're looking at bigger parts, more labor, and sometimes even a full system failure. Turn down the music once in a while, crack the windows, drive with no distractions. A healthy Porsche should sound smooth. If it doesn't, it's telling you something. And the smart drivers listen. Want your car to hit 500,000 miles? Then start by hearing it out. But there's one more habit that ties all of this together, and it's the most overlooked of all, and watch for a couple of bonus tips at the end. Habit number 1, track maintenance in a logbook or app. Think you'll remember the last time you changed your oil, replaced brake pads, flushed the coolant? You won't. No one does. That's why smart drivers keep a maintenance log on paper, in a glovebox notebook, or on a free app like Carfax Car Care, Drivo, or Simply Auto. Doesn't matter how, just track it. Because when you forget, things get missed. Belts wear out, fluids get skipped, and minor problems turn into $1,200 repairs you could have prevented with a $5 note. It's not just for your memory. A clean maintenance history boosts resale value, shows proof if a part fails under warranty, and if you ever hand the car off to a shop, they'll thank you for not making them guess. Want your Porsche to hit 500,000 miles? Track every service, every part, every date. You'll spot patterns early and fix problems before they cost you big. Now that we've covered the essentials, let me share 2 bonus tips that have kept Porsches alive past 465,000 miles. Bonus tip number 1. Replace all rubber hoses and vacuum lines every 7 years, no matter what. Nobody talks about this. Why? Because most people don't know rubber has a shelf life, not a mileage limit. Over time, it dries, cracks, and leaks, slowly killing your engine's internals without throwing a single code. If you're running a 2005 Boxster or a 2010 Cayenne, this is your invisible enemy. Even if your hoses look fine, they're aging from the inside. Don't wait for a failure. Every 7 years, change every coolant hose, fuel vapor line, PCV hose, and vacuum line. This is one of the secret rituals of high mileage legends. Bonus tip number 2. Every 50,000 miles, do a full fluid purge, not just an oil change. You've heard me mention fluids throughout this video, but here's the big picture move. Every 50,000 miles, don't just change fluids, purge everything. Coolant, brake fluid, transmission, differential, power steering, the full system. Think of it like a detox for your vehicle. It clears out aging fluid, debris, and hidden gunk. Do this and your Porsche will age in reverse. This is Tom from Seats and Wheels. Thanks for watching.